Happy WrestleMania week. It is Lucky, the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. We're going to be doing a video every day for the week of WrestleMania. A lot of WrestleMania topics. We got our boy KC out of Alabama. He's going to be joining Jim and 10 Sports. And he is a special guest on a few of these episodes. So today we're going to talk about Hall of Fame nominees. Drop in the comments below if you agree with us or if you have your own takes on that. Should be an interesting conversation. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We drop daily wrestling content. We are also affiliate members of the WWE shop. If you scan the QR code right there, it'll take you to our link, and you can order all the cool merchandise like the KO shirt that Matt is wearing, or the Levels Above t-shirt that I am not wearing because my wife wanted to wear it. So here we are. How you boys doing, first of all?
Very good.
Pretty good, man. Glad to be back on y'all channel, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're glad to have you back. And
the third seat's finally occupied.
Yeah,
for now.
He said for now. No, that'd be cool, man. And then you also have a sports show coming to Jim and 10 Sports, which is our sister channel. So excited for that. That's gonna be dope, man. I can't wait to keep working with you.
Oh yeah, man. Hard Knocks is almost up and ready to go, man. Can't wait to start with y'all. Create new content for the channel and grow.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, all right, let's get into this. Hall of Fame nominees. I'm going to let our guest go first. He can go over his first pick for the nominees for Hall of Fame.
My first pick is the Wyatt family. Of course, last few years we've lost Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And I really think this is the only chance for Luke Harper to get in. He doesn't have quite the resume that Bray Wyatt has. Going with the whole family here. And maybe it might include Braun Strowman. We're not sure if he's going to be retiring with this whole neck injury thing or even come back ever to wrestling. So this is a great way to honor him as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
One-time Universal Champion.
Yeah.
One-time Universal Champion.
Tag champion.
Yeah,
twice with Nicholas and Seth.
With Nicholas.
Bro, Nicholas. Matt, you can go next.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going.
I'll round it out.
The man, the myth, the legend himself, Jim Johnston.
That's good.
Now,
that's a solid pick.
When I heard he was fired, I'm like, why? He's knocking out these bangers, and I come to read he's over 30 years into the company. And they just show him the door. I mean, the guys they have now with Dead Rebel, they're not it.
No bueno.
And CFO's got a couple of bangers, but Jim Johnston, he would actually sit down with the wrestlers, get to know them, and based off of that, create the music. These guys afterwards, they just seem to just create music and hope it fits. Worked with some people, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, but does like Bobby Roode? He came from TNA, awesome character. He comes in with the Glorious theme. I mean, and then he creates a gimmick over that. I don't know.
Glorious. Although that kind of was a banger in its own way, but
yeah, but you create a gimmick based on your entrance theme. It should be the other way around.
Yeah.
So Jim Johnston, the best ever.
All right. My first pick is going to be. Some people may not like it. I personally liked him a lot growing up. I'm gonna go with my boy Lex Luger. I love Lex Luger. The torture rack is one of my favorite finishers of all time. The submission hold there, that's awesome. He did a lot of my favorite work in WCW. I wasn't too much of a fan of the Narcissist, but that's just me. I mean, a lot of people might have liked it, but it just felt like a too good version of Hogan, even though Hogan was already a good version. But this is like a really preppy American, like I'm the narcissist. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
No. The Narcissist was the heel.
When you were all white. I was talking about
the Lex Express.
Yeah. Anyways, when he was wearing the black trunks, WCW, that was my
Total
jam.
package, Lex Luger.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's long overdue. And I hate this, by the way. I'm going to say this real quick. I hate when we wait for people like Lex Luger or people that are getting up there in age, and then they get inducted after they pass away. Like, get it going now. Like, they're alive. They can
Yeah.
talk. Like, just they deserve it. Now, obviously, you can't control like Bray Wyatt. You didn't know he's going to pass away. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lex Luger had like a lot of health issues. He's in a wheelchair. Like
Yeah.
before
he
this
can
happens.
barely walk right
That
now.
was one of
So.
my main points when we talk about the Hall of Fame, especially since Brayman gone. Like we talked about Randy Savage, he didn't get into like 2015, but even dead since like '03. I'm just like, why wait
Yep.
so long after they die, or even allow them to die? Like, why they still living? Go ahead and honor them now. Like in '03, Randy Savage was basically done. Like, of course, he had that silly TNA run, but you could have had him in the Hall of Fame by then.
Yep, for sure. So
Yeah.
we'll kick it back to KC number 2.
Number two, I'm going to go with Vince McMahon. Despite
Turn it.
the allegations and the things he did terribly to those women, what he did for the rest of the industry, I'm gonna keep on talking. Y'all can go away. I can talk the rest of the episode by myself. I can do this by myself. I'll take over Triple Threat.
That's
But Vince
good.
McMahon deserves to be in.
Yeah.
For what he did for the business, absolutely.
Yes.
But as a human being, despicable.
Oh yeah, hell no.
Yeah. I mean, he did create what we know today, even though his creative really got bad over the years. I mean,
Here. Here's a hot take. Other than my father and grandfather, he is the constant male figure in my life.
yeah,
Boom.
there you go. All right, I respect it, Vince McMahon. My number 2. Here's a little small hot take for my number 2. You may not have this guy without this faction, the Nation of Domination. We are the Nation of Domination. That was one of the biggest factions in the Attitude Era. They were tough. They were good. You had D'Lo Brown. You had Kama, which he ended up being the Godfather. Probably his best character, in my opinion. That was dope. But
Kama Mustafa.
Kama Mustafa. And then you had Farouk. And then
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. Yep. And then The Rock came in. And The Rock, that I think catapulted him kind of digging into his persona a little bit and the heel work. And when he, especially when he kicked Farouk out of the Nation of Domination, they beat him down. If you don't have that faction, you might not have The Rock right now. You might have Rocky Maivia, who retired 30 years ago.
He could have went to WCW and been
Buried.
Rocky Jr. or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go back to Flex Cavana.
Right.
So, Nation of Domination.
Was Pearl River Plunge in the Nation?
Ahmed Johnson, Pearl River Plunge. What a name for a finisher.
He was in the Nation for a little bit. Okay, I do remember that. That's crazy.
Okay, my number 2 is I feel like this guy should have been inducted with the NWO. Eric Bischoff.
I'm back.
I'm right there with you.
Without Eric Bischoff,
What the big boy play.
we arguably wrestling wouldn't be what it is right now without the Monday Night Wars, and
True.
he basically shot the opening shots to start that war.
Speaking of shots, he hang on to those 82 weeks like the '08 Celtics hang on to that one championship.
Yep.
He has a whole podcast called 82 Weeks. Bro, that was like 96. You know.
Hey, anything's possible. Yeah, well, I mean, even afterwards, when he came to WWE, his work as the Raw GM, heel GM was fantastic.
Yeah,
And
that was good.
he arguably, like, the guy had creative ideas when he was with WCW, and then led. you can't be in the position he was in WWE without lending a creative hand. So I'm guessing Eric Bischoff, even though he was on screen character, he led his hand backstage.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Casey, who you got for number 3?
Um, Owen Hart. Um, Very underrated. I think me personally, I was more of a fan of him than Brett. Because around the time he was starting to get out of his shadow, I was starting to get into wrestling around the late '90s, and he was kind of before his time. Like he could wrestle with the Daniel Bryans and the uh Kurt Angles and
Hmm.
the Seth Rollins, guys like that who wasn't around just yet and could still hang with them despite being with the old school style of wrestling in the '90s and '80s or whatever. Owen Hart was definitely above before his time.
Yep.
I like it. My number 3 is going to be Miss Elizabeth, one of the greatest female managers of all time, involved in some of the biggest stories we've ever seen in wrestling. The Mega Powers explode. When she got back with Macho Man at the one WrestleMania after they'd been separated for a little bit.
I love you.
And then, I mean, even the work in the WCW when she was with Ric Flair and the Macho Man. There's just a lot of stories she was in that was really good. And I think she deserves to be in. She's been a staple in wrestling. Everyone knows who she is if you're talking about managers. So, or I should say valet, maybe, because she's a female manager. But, yeah, I'm going Miss Elizabeth. So,
Okay.
Matt, number 3.
My number 3. Now she was inducted already with DX, but I believe she deserves her own induction as an individual. We're going China.
Yeah, I like that.
She definitely changed the game as far as women's wrestling.
I
I mean,
mean,
she's
yeah.
first woman to be in the Royal Rumble,
Yep.
and she held the men's title, Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
And
And
some of her best work was, I think, with Eddie Guerrero.
oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What's kind of what we got now with Dom and Rhea. That
Hmm.
relationship, it wouldn't happen without China and Eddie's work back then.
Oh,
Yep,
China's the original mommy.
So this
for sure.
run we got Rhea on, she can kind of thank China for.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Who we got for number 4, Casey?
Number 4, I got CM Punk. I just added him to the list. CM Punk,
Mm.
still active. I like what they've been doing. Having active wrestlers get in while they're still competing. CM Punk, of course, just made his return at Survivor Series in November. That definitely had already had a Hall of Fame career. We know he did in AEW, winning the championship there. I honestly, before Cody won the Royal Rumble again, I was thinking that he would win the Royal Rumble, get his WrestleMania moment, and then get into the Hall of Fame that way. Kind of one of those situations where like it's not gonna be a very long contract, wrestling wise, but you can definitely do some backstage or commentating because we don't want that cancer in that locker room right now. So we get what you want, let you retire, go to the sunset, be on commentary or something. I don't see him being in WWE very long.
Nice. I kind of briefly spoke about someone I wanted to put on this list when we were talking, and I'm going to pull a KC and I'm going to add this guy in. I think the Big Show should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Well,
One of the best big
As a heel
men
or face?
and longevity. Dude, he's been wrestling since 1996,
yeah.
maybe 95.
Yeah.
It's like almost 30 years for a giant. Like, bro. And he was involved in a lot of good stories in WWE.
B Hogan night 1 on WCW. So
Halloween Havoc.
yeah.
That was before the silly, what was the mummy? What was his name?
Oh, the Yeti,
The
The,
Yeti.
the Yeti.
What's the
and I
name
ain't
of
talking to
that
can
folk
cooler.
actress? Kevin Sumlin, who the rest of those
Sullivan.
guys, the
Yeah,
Odyssey or something.
Kevin
Kevin
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
The Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah.
Dungeons of Doom. That's the name of it. Yeah.
Kamala.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala was in there.
I think Big Show should definitely be in, just for everything he's done for wrestling and a lot of good memories. And I mean, he's definitely earned it. So I'll go Big Show. Number 4 for
Okay.
Matt.
So 2 active competitors.
He should not be active.
I'm about to say, is he though? Is he though?
He wrestled on Jericho's cruise.
I saw that, and the dude I thought was gonna barely make it. But all right.
All right, I will stay the course. And my number 4 is Demolition.
I like it. Action
Now,
smash.
before you have the Legion of Doom, I almost said Dungeon of Doom. Before we had the Legion of Doom, we have these 2 guys dominate the tag division. And until recently with the New Day, and then now the Usos, these guys were the longest reigning tag champs in WWE. However, due to that long lawsuit kind of thing, I don't ever see them getting in, but they do deserve to be in there.
Yeah. They still get talked about as the one of the greatest, 25, 20 tag teams of all time. So
Mm-hmm.
it definitely should get celebrated like everyone else.
Yeah, totally.
Who you got for your last one, Casey?
I got a very scrolling I had on my list before we talked about this off year, but Ted Turner.
Ooh.
You know what?
Oh,
That's
I
tough.
like it. I like
Hear me
it.
out though. It's his approach to how he did it. He was like, I got a blank checkbook. I got this open spot on TV. Why did I put wrestling on it? And like the how he had just allowed Eric Bischoff free range during that time, and kind of like Tony Khan does now. He just signed any
Yeah.
everybody that you want, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, try to revitalize their career. And it's kind of it was a weird way to do it. Like you should probably definitely create your own stars, but like having WWE guys come in who's already established and all that, I think it was a good way to do that. I think TNA adopted that same mindset. AEW obviously adopted that same mindset, but him that mindset of Ted Turner definitely will get him in for me.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
WWE was here. They were doing stuff. He allowed Eric Bischoff to come here, make some noise, and have people be like, "Oh, what's that?"
Right. Definitely a great alternative, especially down here in the South where we always had, Ric Flair and
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Rhodes and like have
Yeah.
them on mainstream TV every weekend every week instead of having them once a month on the
Mm-hmm.
road, whatever like that, or every other weekend a different promotion. NWA, the Mid Atlantic but once you had a weekly television show like
Mm-hmm.
Ted Turner on WCW, it changed the game.
I like that pick a lot.
I do. And we have, like you said, Ted Turner Jr. as in Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
I have an
Not quite as getting it as done, but
I have a
that's a
hot
good point.
take on him for our hot take episode.
Okay,
Okay.
You
cannot
just
wait.
gave me some. Before Lucky drops some gospel on you both and gives you my number 5,
Mm-hmm.
let me talk about the final boss real quick. The Rock. He, again, we have him in here as my number 5 because of the Nation of Domination, which I said earlier. So it's a good little segue. But The Rock, obviously, he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He actually is my favorite wrestler of all time. And the work he's done, main evented WrestleMania 3 times with Austin, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Triple H, Mick Foley, Big Show. That's a big one. What is another one that he did? Trying to think of that one. WrestleMania. 16 was 2000. So yeah, no, that's good. But we lost Casey, but he'll be back.
No.
He'll be there. He is. So, no, The Rock definitely needs to be in there. The Rock is one of the greatest to do it. And
Yeah.
right now, a hot take that you guys may not agree with, I don't know. This current version of The Rock, for me, his best work he's ever done.
I've been hearing that a lot lately. I haven't necessarily dissected how I was feeling back in the day with Hollywood Rock and corporate rock and the differences or whatever. But I like these new gimmicks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Hollywood Rock on steroids.
Yeah,
But obviously, right here, The Rock is number 5 for me. So we'll go to Matt.
Okay. I will exercise my audible right for this pick, and I will pick Batista. Now he's supposed to get in.
I'm about to say technically he is in.
Evolution.
He took himself out, but
But yeah, he took himself out.
we thought maybe he'd get in last year because of Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
but he still didn't get in. Get this guy in. I mean, Evolution. He came to the game pretty late, and
Yeah.
he still made a career. He's like another Diamond Dallas Page.
Yep.
Yeah. World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to be my friend.
Yeah.
Possibly the best actor. Wrestler turned actor.
He
Oh
is.
yeah, he's a great
100%.
character actor.
I'm about to say he might be better than John and Rock.
And I just said how great I love The Rock. I agree with that. Batista is solid.
He's more for acting wise. I think he has more range than those two. I think he can do different things, not just this big muscle guy that beats everybody ass.
Mhm.
Like he can be sensitive. He can be funny. He can be super serious. Commando, like Rambo type of guys.
Hey, I enjoyed Stuber.
Stuber.
That movie was for me. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. So Batista, solid pick. All right. Well, those are our Hall of Fame nominees. Drop in the comments below yours. I'm sure we missed a couple that are definitely more than deserving. So
you got any honorable mentions?
I have one because you guys took all of them, but I have Psycho Sid.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Another one.
I got Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't know. Was William Regal mentioned yet?
I said it off air, but yeah, he was on my list.
Yeah. So William Regal, and then I also have Vader.
Vader's in. Is he? He's in. Is he in?
I
don't know.
You got your facts today. I don't know where you went, but
yeah.
Real quick, he's in. I know he's in. He's got to be.
Okay. Okay. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So Bam Bam and William Regal.
And you had Brock Lesnar. Who'd I have? Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid. I always liked his WrestleMania 8 when he fought Hulk Hogan. Remember that? And his promo with Mean Gene. Shut up, you fat bald-headed little.
Start over. We're live.
You freaked me out just now. I thought we weren't recording this whole time, but no. All right. Well, yeah, those are our Hall of Fame nominees. Again, drop them in the comments if you have any more. Again, if you go to the upper corner here, you'll see the QR code for the WWE shop link. Support this podcast. Support the WWE for everything they do for us content-wise and keep us entertained and something to talk about. So other than that, boys, we'll see you on the next one. We're doing episode every day for Mania, so come join us again tomorrow.